Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Wells Fargo. Tonight in Austin, the temperature has been soaring. So too have the emotions and the anticipation as number 6 LSU comes rolling in to take on 9th-ranked Texas. These two don't play very often, haven't played in nearly 17 years, but they share enough old high school battles. They share a border recruiting territory that, well, things got a little animated in pregame. A lot of jawing, a lot of smack talk. I don't think that they were applauding the fact that LSU still thinks they're DBU. Caleb Chason, though, goes over and helps himself to some of Texas water on the sideline. I don't think that was a peace offering from the Longhorns necessarily.
I don't think so either. I think that chippiness has everything to do with Texas claiming DBU. LSU takes exception to who has the best defensive backs in college football.
Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit here. Chris Fowler covering the U.S. Open. And we haven't had the major upset in college football yet this season, but almost. We did in the big house.
Yeah, Army gave Michigan all they could handle. Really outplayed them, but Michigan found a way to win the game. I think the game maybe that stands out to me is what Colorado did. Colorado and Nebraska. Colorado looked like they were down and out. Mel Tucker, the new head coach, first year, comes over from Georgia, teaching his team about fight. They came all the way back to win in overtime. Says a lot about CU, and all of a sudden we take a peek at them in the Pac-12.
That's one that was a little testy as well, leading up to it, with Nebraska and Colorado being old rivals. Texas quarterback Sam Ehlinger has been anticipating this game. He was born to lead the Longhorns. Almost from out of the womb, he was flashing that hook 'em horn sign, and just as he idolized Texas players, now he is the one that they watch.
Well, last year we saw him kind of break onto the scene and become a dominant performer at quarterback for this school. And you're right, he grew up in this area, went to Westlake, same school as Nick Foles and Drew Brees, and watched guys like Colt McCoy and Vince Young, and now he wears this jersey. And who better than to try to bring Texas back to being a national contender with a win tonight than a guy like Sam Ehlinger.
And he looks across the way, and the quarterback for LSU seems a lot like Sam Ehlinger to me. And watching him will be Joe Burrow's dad, Jim, the longtime defensive coach. You know what? That's not going to help him get better seats. Jimmy's seats are way up in the corner.
He's new at this. He's been a defensive coordinator. In fact, he hasn't done this for 50 years. He told Joe, not being out and coaching, but Joe is fired up. Another guy who had some experience last year, transferred from Ohio State, has a new offense that we'll talk more about. He's very excited to have a chance to see where that offense is, back in the shotgun, getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
The big flags are coming out. Anticipation starting to build. Video board. And burnt orange is standing in the tunnel. Eyes set for this showdown with LSU, something you haven't seen in the regular season since 1954. Long-standing grudge. LSU feels that Texas kept them out of a Cotton Bowl bid and a national championship shot about 50 years ago. They've been mad at each other ever since. Played in one bowl game since then. And tonight they will renew acquaintances, the first of a home and home. There is Joe Burrow, Grant Delpit, number 7, the sensational defensive back. And the fireworks have started, and Sam Ehlinger is leading his ball club out onto the field here at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium for this highlight game for this college football Saturday. Well, here's the good news, Kirk. It's not quite 100. There is some humidity, wind swirling down on the field a little bit. It did reach 100 again today. Both of these teams experienced that in camp. Texas had almost 3 weeks worth of 100-degree weather, and certainly it wasn't cool in Baton Rouge for Joe Burrow and the fellas either.
Yeah, I think it could be hot for you and I and the fans, but I think these players are conditioned. Game already is in shade, so I don't think the heat will be a factor.
Getting set to kick it away is Avery Atkins for LSU. He had 10 kickoffs this year and got a pretty strong leg. Kickoff specialist for the Tigers. You look at Tom Herman. And we are underway in Austin. Atkins will drive that thing right out of the back of the end zone. And we'll start on the 25, and to introduce us to the Texas quarterback, here is Jenna Ehlinger.
And starting at quarterback for the Texas Longhorns, number 11, my son, Sam Ehlinger.
There's Sam. He had a sensational season last year, 25 touchdown passes, 16 touchdown runs. That was a record for touchdowns on the ground by a Longhorn quarterback.
Yeah, one of the great leaders. In fact, we're going to get a look at two great leaders at quarterback for both of these teams.
First snap from scrimmage. Ehlinger sets up the screen, and it is Ingram who's got some running room along the left side. He'll pick up a first down and get things started for the Horns.
Yeah, just a great call here early. A lot of energy in the stadium. You can feel it. This LSU defense is out to make a statement, try to intimidate this Texas offense. Really good call by Tom Herman and Tim Beck to take advantage of that energy, get him out of position, and then come back with a screen to try to slow them down, take advantage of that aggressive nature.
19 yards on first down. You'll see more quarterback run tonight. Ehlinger, a tough runner, gets into LSU territory. And a great pickup on first down of 7, maybe 8. Texas only really has one truly healthy running back in Keontae Ingram. So you're going to see a little bit more of Ehlinger running tonight.
Yeah, and Ehlinger in the bigger games runs a lot. You know, he's going to run by scrambling and creating, but a lot of called runs. That's just a quarterback counter. He's running that all the way, following the right guard and the right tackle around that left side for nice yards there on 1st and 10.
Second and 2. Ehlinger with a down to play with. Takes a shot deep, and he overthrows Brennan Eagles, who had a big opening night with a couple of touchdowns against Louisiana Tech. Harry Vincent on the coverage. But after the great pickup on first down, they could afford to take a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're trying to create matchups with this offense, trying to give you multiple receivers, trying to get a safety matched up against one of these faster wide receivers. And Eagles can fly. That time matched up against a safety. It's a great matchup for Texas.
And now the first third down of the night, 3rd and 2, and Ingram makes his second catch, and a tremendous open field tackle by Grant Delpit, the All-American.
Yeah, this you can make an argument that Grant Delpit is as good as any player in the country. Look about as a safety, he is fired up. Talk about leadership. He'll come up. He's known for his ability and range downfield, but this gives you an idea what he can do coming up in run support. Open field tackle, as good as you will see from a safety.
So Ryan Buchevsky is lined up in punt formation for Texas. The freshman Derek Stingley is back. Stingley signals for the fair catch, lets it go over his head, and Buchevsky deadens it nicely just inside the 10-yard line. So LSU now has the ball, a long field in front of them, and let's meet the Bayou Bengal quarterback.
Starting at quarterback for the LSU Tigers is my son, number 9, Joe Burrow. Go Tigers.
And there is Jimmy Burrow, for a long time a defensive coach. Played at Nebraska, has been with Frank Solich at Ohio U for a number of years, but wanted to step away from coaching and watch his son play. And boy, did Joe have a great week last week. 5 touchdowns, only 4 incompletions in the debut of this new offense. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pickup of a couple for Clyde Edwards-Helaire as we take a look at tonight's Chick-fil-A impact players.
LSU's going to have to make plays on the perimeter. Need big-time playmakers. Chase, number 1, maybe the most talented receivers. Thaddeus Moss, the tight end, and son to Brandy Moss, 81, will get involved. You also see us on the defensive side, Osai is an outstanding linebacker who's got to be able to make plays as an inside linebacker, but also as a pass rusher.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the junior from Baton Rouge at running back now. LSU played 5 running backs in the opener, and they have confidence in all of them, so they'll keep those running backs fresh. They're also good in the passing game. All caught passes. Joe Burrow can do this, much like Ehlinger does, a powerful, tough runner, and gets up to the 20, about a yard short of the first down.
We told you in the open about LSU with the 5 receivers out. Texas that time covering them, but a good job of running that time by Burrow.
LSU needs 2. Converted a 30 short moments ago. Edwards-Helaire spins away, has the first down. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is finally dragged down just short of the 40-yard line. Jeffrey McCulloch had a shot at him, but Clyde left him in the dust.
Watch the left side here. Just close this down. Give him the edge. Thaddeus Moss, the tight end, does a nice job. You also see the receiver, Justin Jefferson. LSU going a little tempo here.
Al Burrow takes a shot way down the field to the right side. Hey, he's got his man. It's Terrace Marshall.
But Marshall's the receiver that LSU fans have been waiting and waiting for him to come on and become he was the #1 ranked wide receiver coming out of high school a couple years ago. And now you're starting to see in his second year the playmaking ability he can especially make downfield, but a great throw by Burrow, who was in rhythm and put that right exactly where Marshall wanted it.
Picked up 38 and then back to the ground to get right on the cusp of the red zone. It'll be second down. So a lot of the throws in the opener against Georgia Southern close to the line of scrimmage, and this stretches them out a little bit going deep on that.
And especially the timing of it. A little bit of tempo, trying to catch Texas napping, trying to create a little confusion or doubt with the call coming in from the sidelines from Todd Orlando. It mixed their tempo up very nicely on this drive.
Edwards-Helaire. Texas closes quickly and then knocking down just inside the 20-yard line. B.J. Foster was the first one there.
I think that's the biggest difference I've seen in looking at Texas, and I know it was just 1 week against an inferior opponent, but the speed at the second and third level. They're breaking in some new faces, but you can see the recruiting efforts of Tom Herman over the last couple of years. There's a lot more speed overall for Todd Orlando as a defensive coordinator to work with.
Orlando's a guy who loves to create negative plays, and Texas could use one here. The kind of pressure Orlando dials up. He gets some heat, and Edwards-Helaire can't hold it. B.J. Foster was right there. McCulloch, and the Texas defense stiffens.
They like to go with those bunched formations, kind of condensed formation here to try to create some doubt or confusion. But B.J. Foster sat there, waited, read it the entire time. So even if Edwards-Helaire had a chance to catch that, he's not going anywhere.
This is Cade York, a freshman from McKinney, Texas. He made a couple of field goals for LSU last week against Georgia Southern. Has a chance to break the ice on the scoring from 36 yards out. Back in his home state, and York has the first points of the night for Coach O, and LSU has jumped on top 3-0. Here in Austin, LSU on top of Texas 3-0. Maria Taylor working the sidelines for us tonight.
That's right, Reese, and I just heard the message to this LSU offense, and it was basically they cannot cover us at the wide receiver position, but we're going to have to stay patient. So they're not happy that they had to settle for that field goal there. But the message that I received from receivers like Justin Jefferson throughout the course of the week is that they love the way the new offense is being run. He said every single day we're watching Saints film, I get to watch wide receivers like Michael Thomas do their job, and it's been so much fun to say that we're running a pro offense in college.
Maria, I'm seeing the same thing they're seeing. It's going to be a great battle on the perimeter with those LSU receivers and those young corners from Texas.
First down for Texas. Ehlinger pulls it down, gets into LSU territory and slides ahead. He picks up about 5.
I'm just watching the battle because if you put a safety in the middle of the field, that's where Texas with Sam Ehlinger, he's going to throw the football on the outside to Colin Johnston. Up to this point, for the most part, LSU's kept a couple safeties back, trying to avoid that matchup.
Turn an angle Xfinity Skycam coverage of tonight's game. It is streaming live on the ESPN app.
We were just talking earlier about them keeping a couple safeties back, and you can see them back here. That's to protect themselves and trying to avoid that vertical throw by Sam Ehlinger.
And Maria told us that LSU retaping Fulton's right ankle, and they reach into the bag of tricks, and now Ehlinger is going to be a receiver, and Sam Ehlinger catches the pass and has a Texas first down.
I love that Duvernay, who has great speed, but the ball flying through the air is going to go faster than him running. He had the option to take off. Good job by the lineman not getting downfield, and he just flips it out there to the athletic Ehlinger to be able to make a nice play for a first down.
Now the look to keep LSU honest. Ehlinger going up top, and they're going right after after Cordell Flott, who replaced Fulton, and Brennan Eagles has it.
Yeah, they went after the freshman, Scott. We just kept talking about safeties on the hash to protect. This time, they're not able to do that. Flott is there, but because of the long arms and the ability to adjust back, Eagles makes a great play on the football, and the young freshman, Flott, gets exposed there early.
28-yard pickup makes it 1st and goal. Ehlinger has it batted down and almost picked off. Rashard Lawrence got a big hand on it.
Well, what we're starting to see on that left side is 90's a problem. 90 in white is starting to get penetration, and he's not doing it necessarily with quickness, just raw power, pushing him back into the backfield.
Ehlinger, this is what he does in the red zone. The tough runs. Ehlinger inside the 5 and finally knocked down Calebon Chason among those on the tackle.
I'm always amazed when you watch Ehlinger in this area. Defenses know it's coming, but give the Texas offensive line a lot of credit. There was a great surge on that right side, pushing the LSU defense back.
Ehlinger, it's like he wants to throw it, and now he'll just throw it out of the back of the end zone. Applying the pressure was Chason.
We keep talking about Ehlinger and talking about a comparison. And his own coach has talked about it. Coach O has talked about it. But to me, the Tim Tebow comparison, especially down here, is a very fair comparison.
4th down, and the offense is staying on the field. 4th and goal. Got Cade Brewer in the lineup. Also, Reese Lato. Tight ends. Ingram in the backfield. 4th and goal. Ehlinger to wide open. Oh, and he dropped it. They had the right play drawn up, and Keontae Ingram couldn't haul it in.
They had exactly what they wanted. Nobody accounted for Ingram out of the backfield. They went formation into the boundary. The linebackers never accounted for Ingram. He's left all alone. Ball's a little high, but Ingram would tell you he's got to make that catch every time. LSU loses to back out of the backfield, and Texas cannot capitalize.
First roll of the dice of the night comes up snake eyes for Ehlinger and the Horns. So LSU takes over again inside its own 5. They tried a deep shot out of the end zone last time on the first play. Blitz coming, quick pass this time out to Justin Jefferson. Jefferson getting a little breathing room, and it's knocked down just short of the 1st down. Pickup of 9. Caden Stearns on the stop.
It's 8 plays, 8 yards, or 8-yard line or closer, and just no points. I like Tom Herman being aggressive. He's at home. He's got this crowd. Why not take those chances? But give LSU all the credit. And you can say whatever you want. He had a drop pass for a touchdown. I get that. But LSU deserves credit. Playing on the road, backs against the wall, playing and showing a lot of fight, especially up front on that defensive line.
On the drop touchdown, Kurt, they got him to 4th down, too, so certainly they deserve the credit for it as Edwards-Helaire is greeted and slips the tackle and gets away from the normally sure tackling Brandon Jones. He picks up some yards across the 20.
That is textbook on how to get off a block, a stalk block by a wide receiver. Jones, 19, gets off of that attempted block by Jamar Chase. They were locked there for a while. But, man, that's the way you work on it in drills on Tuesday and Wednesday to get off the receiver and make the play.
Burrow ducks under the first man on the pressure, but not the second as B.J. Foster gets him down. And, man, oh, man, the score's 3-0, but we've had some action here. The end of the first quarter here in Austin. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local ABC station.
I want to go back to something Maria Taylor said she heard on the sidelines. The LSU receivers saying they think they can win on the outside. It just feels like LSU eventually is going to take another shot. Need to try to stretch this field with Texas leaving their young corners on islands.
3rd and 18 facing Burrow. Barely got the play off. Fournette carries it and gets up across the 35. That'll just give him a little bit more room to punt.
Yeah, and if you think about that, where this drive started, inside their own 5-yard line, they were at least able to flip the field a little bit. And they got 33 yards, and they're all the way out to the 36. I mean, it was starting at their 3-yard line. So a couple of first downs gives them a little breathing room and puts their own defense in a better place.
Zach Von Rosenberg, the 28-year-old punter, averaged nearly 52 yards per boot last time, and driving it deep to Jake Smith. And Smith, maybe perhaps dangerously for the speedy athletic freshman, scooped that thing up and didn't have far to go. But Texas will have the ball back, down 3-0 to LSU.
After 2 weeks of practice.
The first down picked up by Johnson, and Ehlinger misfires. He had an open receiver. It was Jake Smith. So, Kirk, you were talking about, and we were talking about the running back depth chart, and this is it. Rashawn Johnson and then Benda, who was moved from linebacker. They are missing Jordan Whittington, a freshman they were very high on, who had a torn adductor muscle, and he'll be out several weeks as he went to Philadelphia specialist Dr. Bill Myers to get that fixed up, best in the business, so he'll be good as new once he heals. But, you know, in the meantime, the Horns aren't deep there.
No, Daniel Young, Darian Brown, Jarrett Smith, I mean, they just cannot stay healthy there, so they've had to move some guys that play other positions, a quarterback and a linebacker, to get some depth behind Ingram.
Colin Johnson's brother's a running back. He's banged up as well. Ehlinger throws underneath. He completes it to Eagles, and Brandon Eagles is hit short of the 40-yard line. Takes a big hit there. Michael Divinity was in on the tackle, and it'll be third down. That's the best thing you've seen today.
What a setting here in Austin. A couple of years they'll finish the end zone project in 2021. It's about as beautiful of a stadium as you'll see in the country.
And it is going to be spectacular when they finish. They've overhauled the entire game day experience here in Austin. Texas hasn't converted a third down tonight. This would be a very good time for the people in Burnt Orange, and they do. A catch and immediately hit is Cade Brewer, but he got enough for the first down. Jacoby Stevens bringing the lumber, but the chains will move.
Yeah, that's where as a tight end, you know you're about to get hit. The safety knows you're running right to the first down sticks. He gets a running start. Stevens just unloads into Brewer, but he holds on to it.
Ehlinger taking a deep shot for Johnson. Colin Johnson is out there. Did he hold on to it? Yes, he did.
I think Stingley got it.
Oh, did Stingley get it? My apologies. You're right.
Well, they're discussing things right now. The two officials are talking. You know, the ball was, as they hit the ground.
Catch by Texas. First down.
Wow. Because, Reese, what I saw is the ball was kind of between the two of them as they hit the ground, and then Stingley, after they hit the ground, took it away. That's the one-on-one matchup Texas wants. You see how? Well, that's a tough angle there.
The ball hits the ground prior to possession by either the receiver or the defender. This is an incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
Safest call. I thought it was either an incompletion or an interception.
I agree. And if
Johnson never really had the ball, did he?
No, and if you could let that replay run a little more, I think you'll see that point of the ball hit the ground.
So all that for second down.
And it sort of brings me back to the point that I made at the end of the first quarter. All of this, it's 3-0.
Right.
Colin Johnson is one of the best drop rates in terms of, you know, making every catch he has the opportunity to. And Stingley was the #1 cornerback in the country coming out of high school. He has already made his presence felt for this LSU team. And they had a battle, and they'll have a few more tonight. Going to try the other side away from Stingley, and Sam's shot for Brennan Ingalls is too high. And Christian Fulton, good to see him back in the game, is on the coverage.
Continue to go look for the one-on-one matchups. The safeties are the key to Sam Ehlinger on first and second down.
Chason turns the corner, can't get there, and Eagles catches it and keeps his feet. Brennan Eagles into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. And that is Texas' first 50-plus yard play from scrimmage since 2017.
Think about that. 3 straight plays where Ehlinger goes downfield attacking the corners, trying to win a one-on-one battle. Even on 3rd and 10, they went back to it.
That is Eagles' 3rd touchdown catch of the year.
Well, Eagles is 6'4", Johnson is 6'6". I keep talking about the safeties over the top to protect these corners, even though they're talented. Fulton took a chance, a gamble. He tried to undercut it to make a play on the football, and he underestimated where that football was thrown. It got over top of him. An easy catch for Eagles. Walks into the end zone for the Horns.
Texas just got that 55-yard touchdown pass. Kirk, Sam Ehlinger, Tom Herman both said they had to win one-on-one battles, and
that's it.
Eagles won one there. Kick will go into the end zone. LSU's first 3 drives hadn't started it better than their own 11, so they'll be happy to start at their own 25 today. Maryland laid it on Syracuse. Clyde Edwards-Helaire picking his way and gets maybe 4.
Right now, Joe Brady on the left, passing game coordinator Steve Ehlinger, who is the play caller and offensive coordinator, trying to figure out the best way to attack. You see what Joe Burrow will look at from time to time. Like right now, he's looking over to somebody's alive call, a couple dummy calls on the sideline.
Burrow down the middle, complete for a first down, is Justin Jefferson on the grab out just across the 45-yard line.
Good job of the offensive line giving him just enough time. You see a blitz that came in late off to his left, but they gave him enough time, and a nice vacancy there in the zone to hit Jefferson.
Pick up at 17, and Edwards-Helaire, if McCulloch hadn't been there, had a little running room, a short gain of 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, 4 verticals, just clearing the Texas defense out and then just trying to create a little bit of room underneath to the back and see if he can make somebody miss. Trying to create space for their athletes.
And LSU getting lined up quickly. New tempo-based offense. Burrow leaves it inside. Edwards-Helaire pops out of the crowd. Glides inside the 30 and down close to the 25-yard line. And the Bayou Bengals have something brewing.
You mentioned Charles missed this game last week. Watch him seal underneath and then just do enough. You know, a lot of times you don't even have to necessarily put a guy on his back. Just get in the way of a blitzing linebacker and give your back leverage and a chance to cut underneath you.
Burrow finds Jefferson again. Second time on this drive. Another first down, and LSU has first and goal.
And when you have linebackers that are aggressive, they're coming downhill, and they're getting caught up in crossing routes underneath them, it's creating a nice hole, a little vacancy behind them on crossing routes.
Burrow fires, and it's caught by Justin Jefferson for the touchdown.
How fitting. Twice, we just talked about how they're getting the ball to Jefferson behind the linebackers. Why not try it again? Watch the linebackers unaware of what's behind them. Unaware, see that big hole? 3rd time on this drive, they've been able to locate between the linebackers and the safeties. There's a good look at Burrow's eyes. Does what he needs to do. Knows he's eventually coming back. He was trying to move 7 just enough. Stearns, and then come back and make the throw to Jefferson, who had enough room to catch the ball and then hold on to brace himself before Stearns hit him.
How about Jefferson now with 4 catches for 44 yards. He was the big play man on that drive, along with the run by Edwards-Helaire, and LSU answers Texas' big play with a touchdown drive of its own. And Joe Burrow and the Tigers regain the lead at the halfway mark of the second quarter.
What a different atmosphere. We've been coming here for years. They've changed the stadium. New athletic director, new approach to home games. Student section now is general admission, so first come, you know, the first ones here are going to get the best seats, and it's a totally different scene here.
No blocked seating. Longhorns will have it on the 25. So the penalty gives the Horns a first down. Ehlinger stands in, fires into the seam in the middle, and he has Duvernay for another Texas first down. Now the offenses are cranking
Remember,
up.
the last time Texas had the ball, they were going downfield. Now you got a couple high safeties, so instead of going out wide, now you got to try to go into the middle of the defense.
Picked up 17. Ehlinger underneath. Ingram has the grab, and Phillips closed quickly.
So just so you know what Sam Ehlinger's looking at, and he does this every week, it's not just against LSU. Because they're so good on the outside with their wide receivers, the two safeties that really dictate the passing game and how Texas wants to try to attack a defense.
Rashawn Johnson back into the game at running back, and Rashawn works his way just inside the 40-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down.
I think LSU, they feel confident with their front, with those linebackers, and trying to defend the run. Keep those two safeties back where you don't have to necessarily get them involved in run support. And you can help with Dave Aranda. You can help with the safeties and taking away the height. 6'6" with Colin Johnson. It's tough when you're left one-on-one against an undersized corner.
Texas needs to get it to the 35. LSU almost jumps. No contact. Ehlinger standing in. Really good job by Cosmeo and Caleb Chase on, but Ehlinger took way too long, and he'll be stopped. Jacoby Stevens coming in there.
Yeah, nice job. You touched on it. The left tackle, Cosme, we thought he had his hands full against Chason, but he is giving, watch on the left side, 52. You're talking about an outstanding pass rusher. He looks like he might be holding on to that jersey, but there's nobody open downfield. Nothing that Sam can do except to eat it. And I'm, you know, with his athletic ability and legs, sometimes he'll take off and pick up a 1st down, unable to. Great defense.
Stingley standing at his 10. And Derek's not going to get a chance at that one, and it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. He's got freshman running back Ty Davis-Price back there, a big load out of Baton Rouge. He picks up the pass rush, and the pass is complete to Jamar Chase for the 1st down.
That was a beautiful throw because he anticipates. That ball is out of Joe Burrow's hands before Chase was even close to coming out of the break, and that speaks to the relationship in the 2nd year of Burrow and his receivers.
Picked up 13, and Joe goes right back to work. Into the middle, and he's got Marshall. Terrace Marshall is into Texas territory, and the Tigers are finding their rhythm.
And finding a rhythm, and continue to go into that hole. You know, those linebackers are going to have to start getting depth, and that's when Burrow can start checking it down underneath and get the backs the ball in space.
And the freshman has his first carry, and he had some forward progress and tried to spin away. Malcolm Roach is there to stop it.
Boy, Joe Burrow looks like he is in a rhythm and in command right now, this new offense of LSU in 2019. And this isn't just tonight, people watching LSU. The entire SEC West is watching LSU and Joe Burrow, taking some notes, scribbling down some notes, saying, hey, you guys watching what's going on in Austin with 9 and White? He's not too bad.
He's not a man to mince words either. I think he referred to it as bringing the offense out of the Stone Age.
He's right. They used to play not to lose on offense. This is a different mindset.
Jones bringing the heat from the outside. Now Burrow's going to throw it to an open Chase, and Jamar Chase has it, a 1st down inside the 25.
Condensed formations. You see this in the NFL with the Saints. You see this with the Rams. It affects the defense and their communication. Nobody sees Chase. How many times have you seen Robert Woods of the LA Rams run that route and nobody on him? That comes from Joe Brady from the Saints.
On 1st down, Burrow to the back of the end zone, and Chase can't hold on to it. Just before the snap of the ball, one of the things Texas wanted to do was to try to tire out LSU's defense. But I saw hands on hips from the guys in burnt orange on these last couple of drives.
You have your hands on your hips. You start to lose your mental edge and your focus. And when that happens to a defense, you can really get tired and can get exposed. Chase beat his man that time for a touchdown green. Burrow put it exactly where he wanted to put it, and Chase not able to hold on to it for the touchdown.
Burrow sweeping the left side. Edwards-Helaire out to help him, and Joe is knocked down by Caden Stearns.
You know, when you evaluate quarterbacks, I talk about accuracy, decision-making, and toughness. He's the son of a coach. Jim Burrow's his dad, and Joe Burrow plays with that toughness you love to see.
3rd and goal for LSU. Texas called a timeout. The defense was reeling a little bit.
Remember, Jefferson's been having some success getting in the back of the end zone.
Burrow sacked. Great pressure from Joseph Asai, who had an interception earlier, and now he's got a sack.
He had his man again in the back of that end zone. But watch the effort here to pick up this blitz. He's unable to do this. Edwards-Helaire is trying to pick up the blitz, but pretty nifty move there by Osai to get around him.
And Herman calls a timeout. He wants the ball back for a 2-minute drill after this field goal attempt. Dave York lining up for a 33-yard field goal attempt for LSU, trying to put the Bayou Bengals up by 6. And York is true for the second time tonight. He has great lift on those kicks. And he's made a couple of them for Coach O. Another good drive. There's a former defensive line coach smiling at a kicker. One of the rarest things you'll ever see in football. Coach O's team up by a half dozen with $1:41 left to play here in the first half.
You've got a timeout. You got a veteran quarterback and a minute 41. Let's go get in the field goal range is what you're thinking, right?
We'll throw that flip out to Ingram, who dances out of bounds to save time. They took advantage of the aggressiveness on the first snap for Texas, but this time LSU was ready for it.
See what kind of coverage Dave Aranda, defensive coordinator from LSU. This is an important series for both these teams. So LSU has taken this crowd out of the game. They're up by 6. Would love to get out of here up by 6 heading into half.
One of the Aranda Tom Herman chess match. They were both at Cal Lutheran together. Dave crashed with Tom for a while. No, Patrick Queen got in there quickly. And Ehlinger did a great job to get away and then threw it downfield. Queen was in there in a heartbeat, and Ehlinger did very well to avoid the sack. Did you see Dave Aranda?
Aranda brought the blitz that time right up the middle with Queen, and the center Shackelford, a veteran, just over adjusting a little bit too late. Makes you wonder if miscommunication on the protection call, but nobody accounts for him right at the middle, and Ehlinger lucky he was able to even keep that play alive.
3rd down and 9. Texas used a couple of timeouts for this opportunity, but they don't get a first down here. LSU might get it one more time with some time. Pressure on Ehlinger, and down he goes. It's Caleb on Chason.
Well, you think of Chason, you think of him coming from the outside with his speed. But here he lines up, you think about this, but instead it's a stunt back to the inside, and nobody's able to account because of that call by Aranda. Nobody's able to account for one of the best pass rushers in the SEC. They slid towards him, anticipating that outside speed rush, but a great job of being a step ahead by Aranda, bringing him back underneath. Nobody picked him up. When you pull for these guys, it's good to see. He had a big game against Miami, as you said, week 1, and then the injury.
And the punt going to drive Stingley all the way back inside his 35. Garrett makes a man miss. He's got a little room. He gets across the 40. And Coach O used the timeout wisely. Now Burrow, who's been red hot, has a $1:13 to go to work. Joe's hit 10 of his last 12 passes. And make it 11 of 13. How about Jamar Chase?
You know, it's just a different rhythm, a different confidence, balance out of Joe Burrow. Look at the position. Chase turns around and the ball's right in his face. Everybody was critical last year of Burrow's accuracy. In this offense, that's not a problem.
He's accurate again. Jefferson trying to get away from the tackle, and he's just outside the 20.
About the 4th time we've seen that same route. Texas giving up the crosser behind the linebacker, and Burrow takes it every time.
Pickup of 18. Burrow right back at it. Into the end zone. And Jefferson is there. And Burrow with the quick strike. And LSU trying to put this thing in a hammerlock just before the half.
Dad decided to get out of coaching to watch his son play. His mom is there as well. That, my friends, you better be taking notes and watching Joe Burrow. Watch him hitch, step, throw exactly where he wanted that ball to be, up, high, and back, where Jefferson can adjust. The Texas defender never sees the football. And I tell you, as much as I love watching Burrow, this Justin Jefferson is a big-time receiver.
I don't think there was ever any doubt about that. Jefferson locked those big mitts on it. They only gave him 3,000 tickets, and they put him way up in the nosebleeds, but they are making some noise here in Austin as LSU has a 20-7 lead. That's the end of the first half. Here at Texas, halftime report with Kevin Negandhi, Mark Sanchez, and Jonathan Vilma is coming up right after these messages. Texas trailing LSU 20-7 here at halftime. Maria Taylor caught up with Longhorn coach Tom Herman.
All right, Coach, what was the overarching message you wanted to deliver to your team at halftime?
Well, we're down 2 scores. Uncharacteristically, we played tentative. You know, we dropped the pass in the end zone. We had a missed assignment again. You know, our goal line offense, not real good right now, but it's a really good football team we're playing. And if we play our game, we're going to be just fine.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Tom might be trying to convince himself a little bit with the way LSU's offense got rolling at the end of the first half. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, and Maria Taylor, who you just heard from back here. LSU's going to get it first here in the second half after really finishing the half strong.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Herman, it's not just about his offense. It's about his defense, because I think all of us sensed that LSU in the second quarter, they came alive. They really started to execute and look like a different offense, especially Joe Burrow in the passing game. So they've got to make some adjustments and try to get Burrow out of that rhythm.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire makes the fair catch. Joe Burrow will have it on the 25 receptions, and now LSU has it back, having scored on 3 straight possessions, 2 of them touchdowns, and Burrow stays hot, finding Jamar Chase on first down. Jalen Green rides him out.
You know, this is this new offense of LSU, and now they're on the road. We're into the second half, and you got a 13-point lead. The way they've been able to build that lead is Joe Burrow and the arm. And right now, until Texas can slow you down in this passing game, that's where I think you keep attacking.
LSU runs it on second down. Edwards-Helaire will be a yard or 2 short at first.
Now, with that being said, in the first half, they were 20-20 on run to pass. I mean, you talk about balance, not necessarily the yards, but the looks they're giving Texas, very balanced.
Edwards-Helaire, he would have had a chance to pick up the first down, but he dropped the pass. And that is huge for the Longhorns to force a 3 and out.
Especially because Burrow in the second quarter, 11 of 13, 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. And these last 3 possessions, he's been doing pretty much what he wants. So they get a stop to start this second half, stop the bleeding, and give Sam Ehlinger the football back.
Zach Von Rosenberg will punt it to that man, Jake Smith, who is a Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Arizona. Dynamic, speedy return man. We'll see if he gets a chance. Von Rosenberg drives Smith back inside his 15, where he makes the fair catch. Deontay Ingram puts it on the deck, and it bounced right back to him.
You're talking about a favorable drop, or a favorable bounce back right back to him. I mean, that ball looked like it was going to go out into the open field where LSU's defense would get a chance to make a play on it. Good effort that time by Phillips to knock that football loose. But as I said, it has happened to bounce right back to him.
That's a member's bounce. Rashawn Johnson gets it, and Rashawn's done a really good job for a guy who just moved to running back to quarterback a couple of weeks ago because of the depth this year.
Well, he gets the ball, he just hits it. You know, they'd like to actually see him have a little more patience. Keep in mind, he has been a running back since 5th grade.
Johnson catches the pass and heads for the edge. Rashawn Johnson, rear end over T. Kettle around the 35 and close to the first down.
If nothing else, I love his energy. You know, he's coming in with a purpose, and he seems to be incredibly fired up just to have the opportunity to be out on the field and play. You can tell there's a different gear, almost a different level of intensity when he gets his ball, or he gets his hands on the ball compared to Ingram.
Texas has moved it out from its own 14, picked up a couple of first downs. Ehlinger taking the shot. Got to win those one-on-one battles. And Christian Fulton had really good coverage on Colin Johnson.
He got the safety on the hash, Delpit, so he gets the one-on-one matchup. Good against good. Who's going to win? Fulton, one of the top corners in the SEC. You see the size advantage. Starts to get his hands around. The ball is way underthrown. And there's no interference at all there. Good job by Fulton to let it go. And, you know, that time it looked like Johnson was able to get downfield, but Sam Ehlinger unable to get the ball thrown out in front of him, instead thrown behind.
Sam hasn't been quite as accurate always as we've seen in the past, though that one was right on the money to Devin Duvernay, and another first down for the Longhorns.
And so here's that run pass option. He's looking at these linebackers and his safety. When he senses that they're going to come up, he's going to pull it out, throw it right behind them. Good read, in rhythm that time. Puts it into the running back's stomach. Feels the safety, that hang player he's trying to put into conflict. Makes a good read and a good throw.
Ehlinger has to get out of some trouble. Now he throws it back, and that one was not right on the money to Reese Lato. Reese would have had a lot more running room. He had to stumble out and reach out and get it.
Pretty good athletic ability by Ehlinger to get away from Phillips. That play is designed the entire time for Lato. Just unable to keep his balance.
Sean Johnson has another first down.
How about how he finishes his carries? I mean, he's trying to get as many yards as he can, and instead of just leaning forward, he's extending himself and flying through the air for another 2 or 3 yards. Look at it. Look at that. You can feel it from up here, that intensity.
He's on the field of that linebacker position as Texas has a 1st and 10.
All right, so he saw a blitz here. Now LSU's getting out of that, and they're bringing the pressure from over here. Well, they stayed with it.
Ehlinger, and here as he throws and just couldn't quite get it down, and it is Neil Farrell who was applying the pressure.
They still got to him. They brought the pressure from here. Of course, Chason has the ability to get to you, but it was the inside pressure where the offensive line not just quite able to hold up long enough. They've been doing a really good job on this drive, but that time the speed and the quickness there, Farrell was able to get in and get that pressure. 72 back in.
Ingram takes a couple of big-time hits. It'll be 3rd down and long coming up for Texas. The previously mentioned Clark in there.
The deeper Texas gets, Tom Herman calling the plays here, the more the pressure has been coming after Sam as they get inside this 30-yard line. That's 3rd down. He's got man-to-man across the board, safety in the middle, Delpit playing free. He's trying to find the matchup that he wants. Where can he win in a one-on-one matchup? Last time he went to Ingram, who's over there lined up as a running back, but over here in the slot against the backer.
And Divinity is back in the game, and he drops into coverage. Ehlinger firing to the outside, and it's a 1st down. Texas in 1st catch of the night for Colin Johnson.
I'll tell you something, that's big time. This is a big-time throw on 3rd down and long. Johnson, what you can't see is the back shoulder, but watch Sam Ehlinger take a hit as he throws the football. Gets submarine. That's big time.
Gets it out to Duvernay. Duvernay runs through a tackle again. He got away from Delpit again. 2nd time on this drive.
He almost welcomed him. Said, let's do it. Let's see who's going to win this. It's like a drill in practice. I'm going to lower my shoulder. You're a great player, All-American. You take the hit. I'll take the hit. And you know, he's got some lower body strength there. He's able to go over top of him. Delpit here on the hash to protect from the deep ball.
Ehlinger pulls it down, is going to run with it. Sam gets up close to the 1st down marker. And this has been where Texas has struggled tonight. They've run 8 plays inside the 8. They haven't scored yet.
Designed quarterback draw against the center Shackelford out in front of him. They did a good job of waiting to give his center Shackelford a chance to get up to the linebacker, Jacob Phillips, for good yards. Nice patience.
Okay, Sam came up just short of the 1st down there. Doesn't need much. DeAndre Ingram has the first down for Texas, and it's 1st and goal again for the Longhorns.
So a good push there on the inside. This offensive line. Cosme gets a nice push. Left guard also Braun getting a push. This is a big drive for Texas's offense at Tom Herman.
And it's lasted forever. This is the 18th play of the drive.
In the first half, they had, what, 8 tries inside the 8-yard line. Came away with no points. Goal line stands early in this game favored LSU's defense. Tough to get wide against his speed.
Sam's mom, Jenna, making sure everybody's looking toward this end zone. Sam Ehlinger. Touchdown, Texas.
Well, they looked earlier. They gave him a touchdown and then reviewed it, and we called it where his knee was down. They may take a peek at this, but I think he's in the end zone. That's what I said. Run right into the teeth of that LSU defense. Don't go wide. Give them a chance to get penetration, challenge them, and go to your bread and butter.
I mean, that's just your basic 19-play, 86-yard drive that ate up more than 7 minutes on the clock.
Got a 3 and out. Got the ball back to their offense. They're down by 13 and now down 6, just the way Tom Herman wanted to start this second half.
Back here in Austin, they're feeling much better about life. A 19-play, 86-yard drive, and they're not going to stop believing. They're hoping to send LSU home with an L. And the Bayou Bengals are starting to have a little trouble with health as Grant Delpit cramped up on the touchdown play by Sam Ehlinger. LSU has a lot of concerns on defense in terms of health right now, and use their offense to hang on to the ball. It went 3 and out with its first drive. Burrow taking a shot, Chase is out there, and Jamar Chase goes up, and it looks like somebody just got mossed. It was Jalen Green.
Well, they took away the crossing route that's been hurting them in the middle of the field. So Burrow, little stutter and go by Chase. It's a matchup he's been winning all night against the young Jalen Green. He gets by him, and he makes a heck of an adjustment on the football.
41-yard pickup for Chase. Burrow down the middle, and another completion. Terrace Marshall with this one. First down by you Bengals.
I'm very surprised that Todd Orlando, the defensive coordinator, keeps leaving these young corners. They've never been in a game like this. I know it's the system, but he's leaving them out on islands, and they're getting exposed.
Edwards-Helaire on the ground, spinning inside the 20 before he's knocked down.
Todd Orlando, he believes in an aggressive defense, 3-3-5, likes to give you different looks to trust his corners to be able to hold up in coverage, try to hold up and get pressure.
And a hit, a tackle for loss, and a much-needed one as Chris Brown knifed through there and gets Edwards-Helaire early.
Yeah, they told us Chris Brown, Orlando felt that breaking camp, he had the best camp of the defense along with Osai. And he said it's nice to see when guys practice really hard, it pay off for them in games. And Brown had a heck of a week last week and makes a big play here on second down for Texas.
Orange bring in fresh troops on the defensive front. Out in the flat, and Helaire gets drilled as he can't catch it. It'll be fourth down. It's Brown again with a hit.
Boy, how about this? He lined him up, knew exactly what he needed to do. We just talked about Brown. He's right in the middle of this defense. Watch him line up against the back. He knows he's going. He's going to go out with him. Even if he makes that catch, he's going to put him on his back well short of the first down.
So now coming on to try to tack 3 onto the lead and make it a 2-possession game is Cade York. This one is from 40 yards out. The freshman from McKinney, Texas, has made a couple tonight.
Clutch.
One of the nation's top kicking prospects shows why.
Clutch.
His third field goal of the night back in his home state, and LSU is up by 9. Well, I'm gonna pat you on the back because you predicted
said that yesterday.
I know. We were sitting in the office talking about it.
Couldn't you just see him playing at New England? It'd be perfect. And sure enough, less than 24 hours later, he's headed to New England.
Most plays in a drive since 2010 for the Horns. Remember, they started, if you do the math, they started on their own 14. It was a clutch, big drive. Ehlinger going to try to get it a little quicker this time, and he goes down the middle, and Johnson has his second catch of the night.
You know, LSU a lot of times likes to use outside leverage. Here he's lined up to the inside, but the route, he was able to get to the inside despite that inside leverage from the corner, and they get Johnson a football.
Keeping it on the ground, and there is Rashawn Johnson again.
LSU brought pressure, but again, the line, the backs, good shots. Probably the biggest thing. Rashawn Johnson gets in there. You think about him running the ball, but I said, how does he do in pass pro? They kind of raised their eyebrows. I said, after 2 weeks of practice, actually pretty good. Does a pretty good job. We've seen that here tonight.
Ehlinger, Sam, into LSU territory, inside the 40, and chased out of bounds at the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Horns.
How about how they use Johnson and Brewer stacked to go to your left? Instead, they follow the guard and the tackle the other way. Linebackers, 2 of them head in a different direction. Well-designed play, kind of a misdirection. And the linebackers read their keys. Those 2 H-backs, they follow them, and instead he follows the lineman around the right side.
Duvernay. Devin Duvernay. Duvernay down to the 20.
Man. All over my notes, I have Duvernay at this age. Little Jordan Humphrey into the NFL. They lose size and some power, and they pick up some quickness. Duvernay, he's showing you he's not as tall as what we saw last year from Humphrey, but man, he's got some power after the catch.
Down the middle, it's in there, and caught for a touchdown. It's Jake Smith, the freshman. To a 2-point game.
Kurt Stetter, the right tackle, makes a nice block on Chason. Over here to the right, trying to get to the outside. He picks him up, comes out here, but you're going to get 2 vertical receivers down the right side. Watch who they pick on. Trying to find out what this safety wants to do. Is he going to stay wide, or is he going to come to the inside to take away Smith? He gives him just enough room to pull it, the trigger to the inside to the true freshman. The eyes to move the safety, comes back, throws it on a line, and the body of Smith protects the ball from Harris being able to get around him to it.
What a throw.
How about the kid holding on to it, the freshman out of Phoenix?
And now LSU has answered Texas' last touchdown with a field goal drive. It's it back Joe Burrow. Burrow throwing it out. There's Jamar Chase for the first down.
What was he, 4 or 5 to the left? Now he's 5 of 6. Texas tried to get Chris Brown over there. It's been a long night for young Jalen Green, number 3. Chase has gone by him almost any time that he wants. Texas has got to protect him with a safety, or Joe Burrow can go there anytime.
Pick up at 26, and now back to the ground. Edwards-Helaire running tough with a good gain on first down.
Jalen Green is a talented young player, but this is his first big game against this kind of defense, or this kind of offense and this kind of skill. He's going to be a superstar down the road, but he's getting kind of welcomed to the big time, the big lights and the big stage by this LSU wide receiver core.
Texas had replaced cornerbacks this year. Colin Johnson told me during practice that Green had been the best. But the baptism by fire continues for Jalen Green tonight. And the pop into Jefferson, and Jefferson has the first down inside the 30 and down to the 26.
And there's the RPO run-pass option. Reading here, if he gets involved, you're going to have to throw the football right behind him. Put the ball into the back stomach. He blitzes, ball is out quickly. Recognition, comfort, command by Joe Burrow.
Well, my friend, I think we've got ourselves a fourth quarter here in Austin. What do you say about it?
Do it.
23-21, LSU with the lead and the ball. That's the end of the third. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local ABC station. Yeah, LSU right now on the move against Texas with a first down at the Longhorn 26. Joe Burrow into the end zone. Touchdown LSU, Terrace Marshall.
Keep saying it. Can take it anytime they want against the corners. These corners are overmatched against these LSU wide receivers and Joe Burrow. Got a safety who gets occupied by Justin Jefferson. It creates a one-on-one to the outside. And a big, tall Marshall who's got tremendous upside in a mismatch, this time with Kobe Boyce. Boyce on one side, Green on the other, left on islands against this talented group of receivers. Again, they've been exposed all night.
Herbie, that puts Marshall at 100 yards. LSU has two guys with 100 yards receiving. Another catch for Jefferson. It might be three. Bayou Bengals up 9.
Only a couple weeks in, Reese, but can you imagine a quarterback improving any more than Joe Burrow from 2018 to 2019 in this system? Got him back to the gun, got him with what he's comfortable with, and has a great group of receivers. It's a totally different deal with Burrow and the LSU offense. You know, we heard all week about DBU. Texas has kind of started to claim that this year. I didn't really know they were in the discussion. I thought it was more about LSU, Ohio State, Florida maybe, but they've been claiming that. LSU didn't like that. This is in the pregame, the warm-up. They took exception to that. They were fired up. It actually rallied them this week and, of course, tonight. And all I know is Joe Burrow's had a pretty good night against this young secondary. 23 of 30, 344 yards. Still has almost this entire fourth quarter to go.
Joe Burrow's been like the guest professor administering a master class against DBU. Deontay Ingram is knocked down. Jacoby Stevens making the tackle. You see Grant Delpit stepping in. Maria telling us a few moments ago in the break that Grant got an IV. He's been cramped on the touchdown play that Texas had back in the lineup.
It's great to see the leader in the back end. Also Michael Divinity, 45, who went in a little earlier with cramps. Nice to see him back as well. Big fourth quarter ahead. Every drive counts.
Second down and 13. Ehlinger right on the money. It's Duvernay again with his 7th catch of the evening, and he picks up the Texas first down.
LSU loves to play man-to-man. They love to challenge their receivers. That time, second long, they're playing a little softer. See, the Stingley, the freshman, kind of sinking in coverage. Good call to throw that out into the flat. Give him some room to run after the catch.
Ingram looking for running room and not finding any. He'll get nothing. Chason was the first guy there.
Nice. This Chason is a young man we've talked a lot about tonight. Known really for his ability with quickness to rush the quarterback. But that time, I think he's really trying to pride himself on being a complete player. Just got to the outside, kept his outside arm free, set the edge, forced Ingram back to the inside, then got involved in making a tackle.
Sean Johnson back at running back alongside Ehlinger. Sean has it, a little bit of an alley, gets away from a tackler, still on his feet, and finally forced out of bounds just inside the 45.
Good blocks downfield. Actually, Stevens was able to get off of, like, Leto, who was out there, the tight end. That's what made Johnson make that cut. I thought he was going to try to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Chason got off the snap quickly on 3rd and 2. They took a shot for John Burt, and he was out of bounds when he grabbed it. Burt, the track star, Made a great grab, but couldn't come down in bounds. So what are you doing here, 4th and 2?
How about them going for a shot downfield on 3rd down instead of maybe running, the back or running Ehlinger, trying to maybe pick up, get a little closer. Instead, they try to sneak a one-on-one matchup down the sideline. They're going to go for it. I think they have to. Down 9 into the 4th quarter.
That's a long 2. Maybe 3. You're going to throw it anyway. You there? Play clock getting down. Ehlinger slant. Duvernay. First down and touchdown.
That's why you go for it. You got a veteran quarterback. You got confidence in him. You're an aggressive head coach. You go for it, and you don't ever even question Sam Ehlinger. Man-to-man at LSU. They go to the man who's been making the plays here in this second half. Duvernay gets underneath the coverage, and then this. We've been seeing this, breaking those tackles and getting to the end zone.
30-28 now. LSU by 2.
What was that noise I just heard? Is that a noise coming out of Ames, Iowa? They've been wanting game day to come there for a long time.
And now Burrow has a chance to answer. Burrow to Leonard Fournette, and he's knocked down immediately for no gain. It's Brandon Jones.
Tell you something, we came into this game expecting a competitive game. We were so excited as a crew to come to Austin, Texas. We've been talking about this game for a long time, and to have it live up to this. Joe Burrow, the way he's played, Sam Ehlinger, this is 2 of the best quarterbacks in the country going toe-to-toe and swinging here in the 4th quarter.
Burrow took a hit, completed the pass to Jamar Chase. First down, LSU.
Boy, he did take a hit. He knew it was coming with Osai on the blitz. Stared down the barrel and made the throw. Osai comes around. He comes around. Look, he knows it's coming. He knows it's coming, and he's going to take the hit. It's a clean hit. He throws it accurately.
Burrow pass deflected, but still caught. In short game for Joe's 25th completion of the night.
Notice that Todd Orlando, the defensive coordinator from Texas, trying to help his corners. What can he do against these great receivers? He's trying to bring them up tighter. Look at the bottom of the screen. You got Green now real tight, trying to make these receivers work to get open. Bringing him.
Burrow down the middle, and Thaddeus Moss makes the catch. That was a tremendous grab of an off-target throw.
Nice job by Moss. Joe Burrow, the experience of Burrow again coming into play. Watch his eyes. He looks off the safety, knowing he's going to come back and hit Moss over the middle.
Now LSU is driving again. Burrow to the outside and going down to the end, and the catch by Terrace Marshall. Dave, you believe, Dave Katai, you believe that Thaddeus Moss's play was catch?
Well, remember now, the ball can hit the ground as long as he doesn't lose control.
Back to the ground. Edwards-Helaire has control of the corner and control of the end zone. LSU back in the house.
A great offensive answer. That's exactly what LSU has done here in this second half. Just as Sam Ehlinger in Texas' offense puts him back within striking distance, Burrow comes back. The offense answers. Nice mix of run and pass. And once he got through that initial surge, he bounced it. Nobody left. Those linebackers are blitzing. There's nobody left. And he walks into the end zone.
These defenses are gassed, and Brady and Insminger are drinking it up. flourishing.
That was a blink of an eye. What was that, 6 plays, 75 yards? This is not LSU, man. So much for 4 corners, milk the clock. Oh, no. They're going down to score.
37-28, Edwards-Helaire. Oh, now don't get too anxious, Clyde.
Hey, this is what we set. This is what we set our dynasty right here. This is what we set our dynasty right here.
Michael Divinity stepping up to provide that leadership without Devin White. Who's going to step up in a game like this?
Ehlinger back to work underneath, and Eagles gets away from Divinity, but Divinity held him up long enough to let reinforcements come.
Divinity was on the sideline trying to get his team fired up, and they've got some injuries. They've got some players down. Divinity was out himself in the locker room, we think, getting an IV because of cramping, but he is now back. Lawrence, one of the leaders up front, is out. You just saw Logan walk off the field. Chase Young has been out, so it's a survival of the fittest for this LSU defense, and guys like Divinity got to be able to make plays.
Delpit missed a little time, but he's back out there, number 7, the All-American. That's safety. Goes to the top of your screen. It's outside the 40. Here's Ehlinger. A lot of room for Sam to run if he wants to. Ehlinger across the 40, and he takes a big hit. Coming in and knocking him down was Marcel Brooks.
You had Queen coming from one side and Brooks coming in from the other. There's Queen trying to hit him head on, and then eventually Brooks catches up to him. Now, they've been hearing about how physical of a runner he is probably the entire offseason. You know, they've heard it all this week. These coaches have tried to get this team ready to take on Sam, and you've even heard some of their players talking this week coming out of Baton Rouge. I know Chason was quoted, who's from the state of Texas, saying, he's more of a runner than he really is a thrower. So they're trying to take their shots when they can.
They converted it 3rd and long last time by getting 19, and they've converted it again. It's Duvernay making the grab.
Well, that scramble, 2nd and forever, at least got him to 3rd and manageable, or at least they had a chance. Had enough time to be able to let that route work, and Duvernay once again finds the soft spot in that coverage. Nice big throwing lane in the middle there too for Ehlinger.
Caleb Chase on his return for the LSU defense. Ehlinger on 1st down. Has a man out there. Ehlinger, and there's going to be pass interference flags coming on Christian Fulton.
Well, we keep waiting for Colin Johnson to make plays, but they're just as confident in Brennan Eagles, the sophomore who's 6'4", who has great speed for his size. Fulton's beaten, has to try to grab onto him. Fulton's had a little bit of a rough night himself. Had a few pass interference calls.
Well, that one might have been the right one. If he didn't do that, it might have been touchdown. It's only 15 yards instead.
That's right. Part of the adjustment with Duvernay having a big night in the slot is the safeties at times get a double team and can open up some things on the outside for Johnson and Eagles for one-on-one chances.
1st and 10 from the LSU 30. Can't afford the sack, but he took it, and guess who's there? The man who said this is when your defensive legacy is made.
Yep, they brought 2 linebackers right here and then right here to the middle. The back Johnson can only pick up one of them, Jacob Phillips, so it frees up Divinity. And I think Sam Ehlinger expected a guard or a lineman to pick him up, but with both backers coming, one of them comes free, and Divinity's able to get there.
Sam going deep again, looking out there for Eagles, and this time Fulton covers him and doesn't have yellow laundry to show for it.
Well, the difference there is he's in phase. When he's been called for pass interference, he's been behind the receiver trying to catch up to him. This time he doesn't bite on that stutter and go. So you see how he's looking back at the football in phase. He can get away with a little bit of grabbing, a little bit of pushing, because he has just as much of a right to the football as the wide receiver. Oh, well, Dave's fired up. I've been well schooled by Dave.
3rd and 22. Quarterback draw. Ehlinger trying to get a chunk of it back so fourth down will be more manageable, and he does. I think they're going to have about 9 to go for the first down here.
You got to kick the field goal.
Yeah,
Make it a one-possession game. You rely on your kicker, who's hit some clutch kicks throughout his young career.
Most notable one to beat Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry game. Played twice last year. This is a 47-yard attempt for Cameron Dicker, a sophomore from Lake Travis High School here in Austin. On the way, one-possession game. Under 4 minutes to go. Horns have all their timeouts, but their defense is going to need to slow down LSU, something they haven't done much in the fourth quarter. Gets his hands team. I might just try to pop it down around the 35 and see if he can create a scramble and maybe get another member's bounce. Instead, they'll play it safe and hammer it deep. LSU will start on the 25. We're approaching 1,000 yards of offense here tonight, partner. LSU's at 500. Burrow, complete. This Harris Marshall ball came out. Right now,
line judge coming in and pointing down.
The ruling on the field is a catch by the receiver and then tackled down by contact prior to the ball becoming loose.
He came in right away. By the way, my point of, look at this, Ellis. I mean, are you kidding me? Are they going to get conservative? They're going to run the ball. They're going to make Texas use timeouts. Instead, they come out throwing on the very first play. You'd think if you pull out most offensive coaches, the playbook with 3:53, you would think there'd be more of a run game forced in. But I'm telling you up here, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but this is LSU we're talking about, the king of conservative. And they're out here throwing it around with Burrow with the lead.
I think they've abdicated that throne of being king of conservative. Burrow complete. It's Jefferson. And that will be another milestone for LSU for the first time in school history. They have 3 100-yard receivers in a single game.
Incredible the way he's spreading this out. Like I said, composure, command. You're going to have to tighten up this coverage, take away those throws.
Edwards-Helaire dancing and getting up and moving the chains and moving that clock.
Just see Joe Burrow. There's his mom saying it's a first down. Dad off there to mom's left, our right. Joe told me this week, he said, my dad said, you know, as a player or a coach, first time in 50 years that I'm doing this, just being a fan, watching football as opposed to playing or coaching. Joe's going to work this play clock down. But if you're Texas, no more cushion. Don't give those easy access throws. Tighten things up. There you go right there. Take those away. There they go.
And Jimmy Burrow's finding out how agonizing it is to be a fan sometimes. Joe going up top. Incomplete, tight coverage, clock stop.
That's exactly right. If you're soft, Joe's a veteran. He's going to see it. He'll just take that quick throw. It's like an extension of their running game. It's a gain of 5. Clock keeps moving. You got to use a timeout. It's high risk, high reward. You tighten up, they might beat you over your head, but that's the chance you got to take with 2:43 to go. Don't keep those easy throws away. Tighten things up and challenge those wide receivers. It's worth the risk.
That snapped the streak of 11 straight completions for Burrow.
I still just can't believe they're just throwing the ball downfield.
Here comes Heat. Burrow getting pressure, and Burrow sacked. Brandon Jones, the secondary leader, came off the corner. Now it's 3rd and long.
Interesting here, Reeves. I want you to watch the offensive line, including the tight end Moss. They're going to slide this way. The blitz comes from here. Nobody picks up the blitzer. They're sliding to their left. Nobody there to account for them. Even the running back, tight end and running back are on that side. They work to the left. Nobody picks up the blitzing safety, the veteran Brandon Jones, and that's exactly what Texas needed. Matthew McConaughey fired up. LSU has been throwing. They've been aggressive. Texas down to their last timeout. It's 3rd and 17. Don't you think you got to run it here? Use that last timeout. 3rd and 17 is a hard ask.
If you do, you still give him 2 minutes, but no timeouts. You do have a veteran Ehlinger running the offense. But first, what can Burrow do with his 3rd and long? Oh, to the middle. Complete to Jefferson. First down on his way, and that might be the knockout punch.
And that is the difference in LSU. You know, even me up here, I'm thinking, you got the lead, run the ball, make them use that last time out. But this is 2019 LSU. This is Joe Burrow. Forget that. We're here to win. We're here to play for championships. And wait until you see him maneuver and work his way around that pocket and make that throw.
Once they get it back, we'll see if Burrow can stretch the lead to 14. Into the end zone, and it's good. Jamar Chase, and a little smile starting to creep around the edge of Coach O's lips.
Well, Jefferson is able to work his way from the inside right here and works across. You have a post behind it, but really, Texas ends up playing man-to-man. They roll the dice. If they're going to throw it, we're going to go do what we do best, which is blitz and play man-to-man. What they anticipated was that the blitz would get there. You don't want to leave Justin Jefferson one-on-one with Cade Stearns in man coverage. Loves him. They want to play for him. This is a dangerous LSU team in the SEC this year.
Ehlinger is sacked. Chris Felica mentioned on College Game Day this morning that against top 10 teams not named Alabama, Coach O had great success. And if they can hang on to this 14-point lead for the last 2 and change, Ed Ogeron will move to 6-0 with LSU against top 10 teams not named Alabama. Ehlinger gets the first down and keeps a little bit of hope alive for the Horns.
And we you know, not to just continue to bring this up over and over, but this is all the way back to 2012. They've averaged, think of that, 2012, 25 points a game. You're used to seeing them being ultra conservative. It's frustrated their own fan base. And it frustrated Coach O enough for him to go to the Saints and talk to Joe Brady to come over and help them learn about the spread, learn about getting their receivers out, getting their speed in space, and getting Joe Burrow in a more comfortable position to attack. Not just let's play it safe, let's attack, which is exactly what we've seen tonight for 60 minutes from this offense.
You brought up the point. The game against Texas A&M today, a team that I also think highly of and had them ranked very highly. It never felt like at any point that A&M had a chance to win that game.
No.
Texas has had chances tonight. They've come close, and they're still hanging around and trying to make one more big play, and Ehlinger makes another one, and it's Brennan Eagles. Hey, look, there's still just over a minute to go. You get a quick touchdown, you get a chance at an onside kick.
Well, you wouldn't expect 11 to go away.
Nope.
You know, he's just going to keep fighting to the last whistle. Very similar approach that Joe Burrow has as far as his competitive spirit. And you're right. I mean, if you can punch one in and still have an onside kick.
Ehlinger's approaching a 400-yard passing night as well. And Ehlinger will pull it down and head to the sidelines, get out of bounds, stop the clock, chased out by Jacoby Stevens.
Yeah, good decision. He looked like he was heading up to the middle of the field and saw that defense and did a good job getting out of bounds to stop that clock, save that one last timeout that they have. You know, Duvernay's had chances to make a lot of plays, but down in the red area, once they get down close to the end zone, you start to look for the length of Eagles 13 at 6'4", and Colin Johnson, number 9 at 6'6".
We got big Malcolm Epps in there too. He's also 6'6", number 85. The inside receiver at the bottom of the screen. Ehlinger to get rid of it. Duvernay another catch. Stopped short of the first down.
See, LSU will take that all day.
Yep.
Tackle him short of the first down, middle of the field. They're giving that up all day. Let that clock keep moving.
38 seconds. Texas fight still showing, but Time is dwindling away, and the mountain is steep. Ehlinger throwing to the end zone. Colin Johnson, that'll be pass interference.
He got behind Todd Harris, and Todd Harris said, I'm just going to tackle you. Just not going to give up the touchdown.
It's a smart play.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. In the NFL, it's at the ball's at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And here you're gonna give up some yards, but Harris, you can see he just went airborne. See how Johnson got behind him. If he doesn't do that, it's a touchdown. Good adjustment by Colin Johnson, working to get behind Todd Harris. So Texas picks up this first down. They'll move the ball to the 15 now.
You know, you never want to do something that you don't practice, but in theory, you could just tackle the receivers until the clock keeps winding down and run them out of time. So if you're going to give up a quick touchdown, you might as well do what Todd Harris did. Into the end zone, and a quick touchdown is there, and it is Duvernay. And Texas, maybe just the slightest of hope, but there's still breath. They'll get it to a 7-point game with the extra point, and then a chance for the onside kick.
A heck of a throw over the linebackers and between the safeties. That's the weakness of that coverage with the two high safety look. Cover two, tries to move that safety, and then throws an absolute rope to Duvernay, who's had a best night of his career.
Ehlinger with that touchdown pass, his fourth of the night, goes over 400 yards himself, and it's 45-38. Texas is going to try to keep on living with his onside kick. The big hop, it's loose! It's loose in Texas if they controlled it! Before it went out of bounds, and now it looks like LSU.
Colin Johnson,
oh my goodness,
went airborne to come up with it, and just, I don't think he was able to hold on to the football.
Boy, oh boy.
And that's the guy, if there's a guy you want to try to extend to catch it, it's Colin Johnson. Never had possession of the football.
On the field is that the first and only touch of the ball was by the kickers legally after the ball went 10 yards. However, he failed to secure it before it going out of bounds. This is a kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty from when the ball went out of bounds. Hey. First down receiving team.
If he's able to hold on to that, watch him go airborne. They have the ball at the 47-yard line with 20 seconds left and a timeout. And that's the guy. That's exactly how you draw it up. Great job by the kicker. Snuck it through LSU, and there's your best receiver with the best hands laying out, just unable to hold on to it.
That is the kind of thing that absolutely is agonizing for a player of his caliber. Just right there, he landed in bounds, and he just been able to secure it. I mean, there was no question that he was in bounds when he hit the ground, and these two warriors meet. I've called them mirror images, and they are, and they both were valiant.
There's Tom Herman, who recruited Joe Burrow to Ohio State. Great respect and admiration for one another. And I know it's great for Tom Herman's sad to lose, but incredibly happy for Joe Burrow and the way his career has turned out and what he has in front of him this year with this offense and his football team.
You'd think that talent would find its way out anyway, but Burrow isn't sure he'd be playing college football at this level if not for Tom Herman recruiting him. But it is Ed Ogeron getting the big victory tonight. He's with Maria.
All right, Coach, you guys hung on for the win, but I want to take you back to 3rd and 17. You put the ball in Joe Burrow's hand, and you threw a touchdown strike. Describe the decision to attack.
We trust him. You know, we talked about going 4 minutes. Steve thought we could move the ball. When to put the ball in our quarterback's hands, he got the job done. I have to give credit to Texas. They played one heck of a ball game.
Over 470 yards passing out of this offense. What impressed you most about the air game?
I do believe that the way we protect the quarterback, the way we throw the football, the game planted by Steve Ehlinger, the Coleman, by him and Joe Brady, outstanding. And you got to give the credit to our players. They won the game.
All right, talk to me about the statement that was made by this team coming on the road in a top 10 matchup and walking away with the win.
Well, I think it was a big statement, but obviously we wanted to play better. We didn't play good enough on defense to get where we want to go. So we have some getting better to do. We'll start next week.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
Maria and Kirk, I'm Reese. Now it's time for the Ford wrap-up. Let's go to Cassidy Hubbard.